Hi, welcome back to another Crypto Dave video. It's Monday morning, which means another staking coins and Masternodes update video. Number 30 in the series. Can't believe we're up to number 30 already. Now, before I jump into the figures for the last week, just a couple of changes to run over. Firstly, NavCoin at the top. So a few days ago, I logged into the NavPi and there was an update available. So I tried to update it through the web GUI and it failed and crashed the wallet. Now, a few people have had this issue. You need to go back, I think, and bootstrap the kind of wallet. So anyway, I haven't had a chance to do that yet. So I've just switched over to the core wallet. So I'm using the core wallet. I'll have a copy of that on my staking machine anyway. So I just booted that up and let it sync for the last kind of couple of months. So we are staking again on NavCoin, but we probably lost about a day of staking. Also, I sold 1,000 NavCoin about 4 days ago, then bought back for a small profit. So you know, it's been a little bit of an up and down a week with NavCoin, a few issues with the wallet, and then you know, selling and rebuying some coins. The only other change is a Syndicate. So I sold a few more Syndicate this last week. Some of the Masternode rewards. It's had a really good run up actually over the last week. So it's up probably about 30%, I think, over the last 7 days. So when anything kind of spikes up and it's a coin I'm looking to kind of sell some, then I will try and take advantage of those kind of run-ups in price. The only other change is last week I mentioned I'd be adding a coin called Helix to stake it in a couple of weeks. That's no longer going to be the case. I'm actually going to jump straight into a masternode with Helix. If you follow the channel, you might have seen my Helix masternode setup video a few days ago. So I'm going to jump straight in with a masternode. That should go live in about 10 days, I think. Proof of stake and masternodes on the Helix network, and what I will do is probably take the masternode rewards, put them into a separate wallet, so I can give you an overview of what's better, sort of masternodes versus staking. So hopefully go live with that in a couple of weeks. So before we go through the total figures and that, let's have a look at the results for the last week. So starting with NavCoin, 2.69 NAV, worth $1.01. As I said, a little bit down this last week because of all the changes with the wallet and stuff. Syndicate 95.2, Syndicate worth $6.27, worth a little bit more. Syndicate, as I mentioned, up about 30% this week, which is quite nice to see. One stake from Neutron, 4.82, worth 10 cents. NeoGas 0.355 and a bit of change, worth $1.86. BeanCash. No stake this last week, unfortunately. Now, since I moved back to a local wallet for BeanCash, we've had 2 weeks with stakes and then the following 2 weeks without stakes. So probably overall we're probably earning roughly what we would have earned on the staking pool. It is still working. I did notice that the early hours of this morning a stake came in. So it is still kind of working. That will obviously go on to next week's figures. But unfortunately no stakes for BeanCash this last week. SmartCash 436.77. Obviously this is the week where the rewards are a lot better. So in addition to our smart node payouts, we also receive our smart rewards. So that's the 25th of each month. So worth $8.43. The price of SmartCash continues to decline. Really kind of poor performance on the price of SmartCash. It's you know, I think it's quite a nice project. You know, it looks like it's doing everything right. It's quite professional. They've got lots of stuff going on, lots of development, lots of new kind of projects, but the price continues to decline. Really disappointing. We look at the total worth here. We can see, despite owning over 2 smart nodes worth, plus all the kind of like rewards from that, it's worth less than my BeanCash, my single Akroma, Masternode, etc., etc. So yeah, really disappointing price for SmartCash, but continues to kind of pay out in terms of coins. Linda, so this is pool staking, obviously, 1,910, worth $2.53. Akroma just under 60. Akroma worth $3.93. And then we've got PIVX 0.57, worth 77 cents. So I've missed the dollar sign out. I'll add that in a sec. 6.41 Shard, worth 32 cents. And Vulcano, that was our free airdropped coin, 18.92 Vulcano, worth 18 cents. So that's a grand total this week of $25.40. So that's up a chunk on last week. We were under the $20 mark last week, so up probably about $7. A little bit annoying that BeanCash hasn't had a stake again, but apart from that, everything staking pretty reliably at the moment. The total worth is up about 500 bucks on last week. I think we were somewhere around 8,900, so up about $500. So the market continues to be pretty sideways, really. Neogas, which is one of our largest holdings, NavCoin's had a little run up in price. Neogas pretty flat, down a fraction on last week. But we are starting to see the occasional kind of spike in some of these smaller coins. If you take a look at Syndicate this last week, Akroma is another one that's had a good spike up in price over the last week. So we are starting to see movement on individual projects, some of these smaller projects. I get the kind of feeling that people are a little bit kind of bored or just wanting something to happen in the market. If we look at the total amount here, so this is my total amount, you can see for the last sort of 3 to 4 months now we've hit this kind of low, and we're just moving a little bit up and down within this kind of range, but really waiting for something to kind of happen. I think the longer that this goes on for, the more chance there is of it breaking to the upside rather than the downside when we eventually get that run up. Taking a little look here at the graph for the staking amounts, you can see better than the last few weeks. Again, these here, so week 30, week 26, week 22, are slightly overrepresented because we get these smart rewards from SmartCash in just once every 4 weeks, although with the price of SmartCash doesn't make as much of a difference as it did in the past. If we take a look here at the return on investment, you see some of the coins get starting to improve a little bit. Syndicate up a few percent with that increase in price. Some of the ones down at the bottom, PIVX only down 12% now, which is pretty good to see. Neutron obviously has pretty much destroyed us with its 97+% down. A lot of the others within the sort of the 60s, the very early coins, and then the more recent coins in the teens, 20s and 30s. So I think starting to look a little bit better. We're up a couple of percent on our return on investment, so back under the 70% now, but we're still having to obviously wait for that next bull run in order to get back to anywhere near the value of the coins when we acquired them. Anyway, that's it for this week. Thanks very much for watching as always. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'm interested particularly in hearing your thoughts on SmartCash, whether you think there will be a turnaround in kind of price for SmartCash. Be interested to hear what you think. Anybody who has Smartnodes or anything like that, or even just holding coins for smart reward payments. That's it for this week, as I mentioned. Yeah, hopefully we will see some movement in the markets over the next few weeks. A little bit of a run up before Christmas would be very nice. But that's it for now. Hopefully I will see you on the next video. Have a great day. Bye bye.